Welcome to LovegLew Creations, where we design wreaths for your inspiration. So today we're going to talk about how to mount a sign to your wreath. And I know a lot of times, a lot of our wreath videos that we see out there, it's how to design the entire wreath. And sometimes I just want to get to one particular point within creation of the wreath. And one thing for me was, how do we mount the sign? And I've seen a lot of people mount the signs differently. And I've tried all kinds of everyone's options and variety on how they do things. So here's one option that I thought would be helpful to everyone. So I don't know if you all run into a situation where you find a nice sign. This one's made out of wood. And of course, what are we gonna do when we wanna mount our sign is we wanna staple on the pipe cleaners, whatever wires you have. I've seen that. And so I tried that with this particular sign. All right, so with this particular sign, I stapled on the pipe cleaners, right? But guess what it did? It went through, and my staples went through the sign, which ruined the sign. So I wasn't able to use this in the wreath that I was planning on using, and I went back. I got this particular sign from Walmart, so I went back to try to get another sign that were sold out. So needless to say, this one doesn't get used, but it's gonna be used as my example today on another option on how you can mount your sign to your wreath. So, all right, so we're going to keep these on here for right now. I don't need to take them off because it's gonna be our practice sign. So it's not gonna be able to be used for anything. Okay, so now, here are the tips. So I found these, they're called self-adhesive tie mounts. Got them from Amazon. I'll have them, the link in my link below. So if anybody's interested in where I got them from, and this pack was about 100 pieces. So it comes with quite a few, so you never run out. Now they also come with screws. So if you're going to mount them the way they should be mounted, you would use screws, but we're not gonna do that. So they come with this adhesive backing on them. So I just take that off. And we know that this is not gonna be strong enough. I know it's not. So what I do is I just add a dab of hot glue to the adhesive part. And from there, I just add it to where I'm gonna eventually add wire. So I usually do 4 spots on the sign. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I use Gorilla Glue. That, to me, that seems to be the strongest glue out there. So it's my favorite glue. So of course, any glue will work. And again, for each little one of these, we're gonna add a dollop of glue. Put it on the sign. And I always do four areas. It just holds the sign better once you add the wire. I hope you get this because I can't do this anymore. I can't take them off. All right. Okay. All right, now that we got all that, so give it a few minutes to dry. We all know hot glue doesn't take long to dry. All right, so we got our 4 pieces. And so what I do is I use wire. Any kind of wire will do. So just simple wire. You could use whatever wire you have or whatever you want to use to help make sure that the sign stays on. It's not just to have something to go through these tie mounts. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the wire through. So I'm going to have wires on this side and wires on this side. So I just kind of spool it through like you would a needle. And there's these little holes within these tie mounts. So I wanted to give you all a close-up in regards to what we're looking at when we're doing these tie mounts. So here's what I was talking about. You see the hole through either side? So all I do is, and you can use any floral wire or any wire that you have, and you just needle it through, thread it through like a needle. You just push it through, You want to push it through the other hole. There you go. So now all I do, and usually this is longer, and all I do is just kind of tie it up in here, give it a nice good knot. And then from there, these are longer, and then you can just weed them through your wreath. So now you'll have your wires, you'll be able to weed them through and to the back of your wreath, and these hold really, really well. So then once you weed them through your wreath, you'll tie them around your wreath, work wreath frame, and it's good to go. And you can make them as tight as you need to. This is our wreath redo from LovegLew Creations.